Hey, what's up guys, Rather here with Dirt and Iron. Today we are finally going to start assembling a YZ250 build. In this video we are going to replace steering stem bearing on my YZ250, and that's a very important thing to do if you want your steering to feel nice and smooth again. So what we're gonna use today, this is a steering stem bearing kit from Factory Links. It comes with everything you need, your bearing, your race, and also the seals. Now it's very important that you replace both bearing and also the bearing race. So you gotta punch it out from the frame and install the new one. We're gonna do that today. Now, so what we're gonna use to do all this work, you need a torch to heat up your frame when you are installing the race. Then of course you need some kind of bearing driver, seal driver. This one I got off Amazon. I can put link below in the description. It's like 25 bucks. We're gonna need that. Then waterproof grease. You can use any brand. This is what I have, Maxima waterproof grease. We're gonna pack the bearings once we are putting everything back together. And then also rubber gloves just to keep everything a little cleaner. Let me show you what comes in a package in this Factory Links bearing kit. So there are two bearings. This is one of them. And this bearing is packed in a plastic bag. I already opened it, but it'll take it out. And it's paired with the race. So you want to make sure that you keep the bearing and the race together. So if we use this one for the bottom, then we will drive this race into the bottom of the frame. Then we will use the seal. The seal will first go on the steering stem. Bearing will sit in it like this. And then our race will be in the frame. So after we install everything together, it will sit like this. First thing to do would be to install new bearing on the steering stem. And for that we are going to visit my friend John. And John will do it on his big press, show you what is the proper way to do that. My bearing is already removed, but if I would have the bearing still on the stem, this is the best way to remove it. So put it in a press and press the stem out of the triple clamp, and in this way the bearing just comes right off. After remove that, take out the steering stem, grease it, and press it back into a triple clamp. Well, now we are ready to install the new seal and new bearing. First of all, put the seal on the bottom of the stem, then put your bearing on the top, put everything back into press with the sleeve on the top, and press it in. There you go. This is the best way to install your bearing on the steering stem. Company that hydroblasted this frame already removed the races, but this is the extension that I would normally use to punch out the races. You can use the extension, or you can get a long punch, or there is also a specialty tool for removing the races. So what I would do, I would put it in and hit it from 4 different angles. 1, 2, 3, 4, and little by little the steering race will just come out. Once we are done installing this race, the race should sit on the bottom of this lip right here. top brace is in, we can work on the bottom now. Next important thing is to peg the bearings. I'm going to use the old school method, put some grease in my palm of my hand and peg it one by one like this. Put it on to kind of spread it. Well, and have fun. Take your time. Make sure that you get grease everywhere. It should be oozing out from the bearing once you are done. You can switch the lip, do it from here as well. Whatever works better. This right here, all this grease is oozing out from the bearing. I was pushing it from the other side lip. I think this is sufficient packing. For the bottom bearing here, it's a little more tricky and it takes a little more time. You just put the grease on your finger and push it in like this. You can also run the grease through the rollers a little bit. Whatever works to get the grease inside in the bearing is the good way to do. So try different options. This looks pretty good. I think we are ready to install it into the frame. Alright guys, so I think we are done. This is how you rebuild a steering stem bearing on your dirt bike. I'm still gonna play with how tight this is. Once the bike is all together, I will adjust it to my liking, but this is pretty much all you need to do when you are rebuilding your steering stem bearing. Hopefully you find this video helpful. Drop some comments below and don't forget, whatever you do, stay motivated. See you guys later.